Hello, my little wordsmiths. Today I'm back with a very interesting, fun new story. Now, this is also a very inspiring story because sometimes what happens in our life is that we try to find excuses for our failure. We try to think that we cannot do this because we do not have the right tools, or we cannot do that because we do not have the right equipment, or we don't have this kind of convenience or that kind of convenience, and we try to make excuses. But the real fact is that success is not achieved through any money or any equipment or any fancy things or fancy object. Success is achieved only by hard work, determination, and the will to battle against all the odds. This is what makes people successful in their life. Now, you might have seen there are many celebrities or heroes or sports personalities or leaders or scientists or doctors who have, who had no resources while they were growing up, but they achieve success only because of their hard work and determination. So this story called Colorful Shoes also is somewhere near to that, whereby we will learn that to be a good sports person, to be a good footballer, you do not need fancy shoes or a fancy outfit. You just need to play and you need to be happy about it. Now, before we start, there is an exercise. Let's do that. Now, embarrassment is a very difficult emotion to manage. The dictionary meaning of embarrassment is to feel nervous, ashamed, and uncomfortable. This is true because even when I'm ashamed sometimes in my life, embarrassed sometimes in my life, I do not know how to deal with it. I get angry, I get upset, I get sad. So we need to understand how to deal with embarrassment. Now think for a minute, have you ever felt embarrassed? Yes, there have been many times in my life where I have felt embarrassed about situation and I have tried to make sense of things. So let's see some responses from tiny grade 5 students like you. So once a child said, I felt embarrassed when I was on a stage and I forgot my lines. My tongue felt like a log. I was sweating. Everyone in the audience was looking at me. Like I let my teacher and my parents down. But I couldn't remember my lines no matter how I tried. Now, see, there is nothing to be embarrassed about because we all have done something in our life, like we have all forgotten some lines or we have forgotten some topic. And so there is nothing to be embarrassed about. Now, some people say that they felt embarrassed about falling in muds and getting their pants soiled, or some people feel bad that many of their parents many of the kids come in their parents' car, by some of them use the bus. So these are the things that we do not have to be embarrassed about. We simply have to understand what is happening. Okay, so let us now move to the story. Oh, and this story is extra fun, extra special for us because it is written in the form of a comic book. So I am sure that you will enjoy learning this story. Now, the the class teacher, he brings some envelope to the class and he says, girls, I have some good news for you inside this envelope. Your PE teacher, that means your physical education teacher, has asked me to give you these. Give this to your parent and do not open it. Now, Jen, a girl, she goes back to her house and she's very excited. She gives the envelope to her father and she says, Dad, quick, open this. Mr. Lewis says there is good news inside. Her father says, say hello to me first, Jen. Now, because she was so excited, she even forgot to greet her father. Now, the father reads the letter and he says, oh, your PE teacher is starting football lessons for you girls next week. Wow, real football. I can score 15 goals. Oh, yes, you can. The school will lend you each a ball to practice in the evenings. Great. And so Jen was wondering, what else will the school give us besides the football? Well, let me see. Each child will need an old t-shirt, a pair of shorts and socks. So the school said that you can wear any old t-shirt and a pair of shorts and socks, and that is all that is needed for football. What about a jersey and shoes with studs? Can I have a real football strip? Now, football strip means football kit. It is basically the uniform that all the teams wear in a football match. Now, her father says, "No, sorry. Except for shoes, Mr. Lewis wants you to all to have new shoes. We will, uh, we will, we will go to the market tomorrow to look for a good pair." Jen gets upset. No, no real football things. because she thought that, to be a good footballer, you need fancy things like football kit and football strips and all that. Now, back in her room, Jen thinks to herself, I'm going to make sure daddy buys football shoes, proper ones with the studs and all. Then I can score goals just the way FIFA heroes do. Now, What is FIFA? FIFA is basically the governing body of football. Its full form is Federation International of Football Association. Okay. Now, I bet the FIFA champions always had proper football boots with studs. I bet they didn't have to wear just any shoes. Now, what Jen was thinking, she thought that all these football heroes now they wear proper shoes and that is why they are so talented. So her friend said, do you want to play, Jen? Jen said, no, Tessie, not today. Dad and I are off to buy new football shoes. Wow, we got ours already. Jen and her dad arrive in the market. A shopkeeper calls out loudly, get your shoes here! Running shoes, football shoes, shoes for every sport, all sizes, all color. Cheap shoes here, red, green, yellow, they don't cost much. Jen says, no thanks. I'm going to start football lessons next week. I'm going to buy real football shoes with studs, just like the ones the champions wear. Then they go to an expensive shop. There, Jen and her father go to many big shops. They try on many shoes, but none of them seem to fit right. Either the size was not right or they were very expensive. Jen's father realizes that he cannot afford shoes at the store. So he says, well, we'll just have to get a pair of those colorful shoes from that man we crossed some time ago. The colors are lovely. I'm sure you'll like them better than these costly ones. Oh, Dad, but they don't have studs on the outsole. I will never become a famous footballer. See, Jen was mistaken that only if she wears expensive studs shoes, then only she'll become a footballer. Her father said, costly shoes don't make great footballers, Jen. Hard work and intelligence do. So they go back to that shoe seller and the shoe seller says, welcome, sir and ma'am. I knew you would come back. Nowhere in this entire world will you find shoes like you will find here. I have just the right pair for you. They are just the right kind to learn to kick a ball well. So Jen tries the shoes and the shopkeeper says, wow, a perfect fit. Jen says, I wish they were real football shoes. Now she's sad and she's upset. It's Monday afternoon. The class is waiting for their first lesson, but Jen doesn't want to wear her shoes because she doesn't like them. She thinks, oh, they are cheap shoes and they are not the real football shoes. So PE teacher comes, he says, okay class, there's a box of shin pads. Find a pair that fit you, then put on your football things and report to the field. Hurry up. Now, get in line everyone. So the children, they see each other's shoes and one of the friends says to Jen, Jen, your shoes are just like mine. Yes, and the same as Pam's and Tessie's and Shirley's. The PE teacher, he sees that Jen is getting embarrassed because everyone is wearing the same shoes, same yellow colored shoes. So he has a very good idea. He was a very smart and good teacher. He said, 5 children in similar shoes. This must be a record. And we all live on the back street. See, so these all girls, they used to live on the same street also. Then you must all play for the same team. You can be the backstreet heroes. Wow. See, so the PE teacher, he turned this sad situation into a very fun one and he said that you all can be backstreet heroes. So the girls, they started to play the football and they were enjoying it so much. In the end, the backstreet heroes won the match. The heroes are the champions and Jen, you have already scored 5 goals. So see, Jen realized that, even when she was wearing plain shoes, not the shoes with studs or any fancy expensive shoes, still she managed to score 5 goals. So Jen cleans her new football shoes in her backyard and she thinks, I will become a FIFA hero. I will. So what this means, that she realized that in order to become a good football player, you do not need expensive shoes or studs. You simply need to have talent, hard will, and you should be ready to work hard, right? This is a very interesting and very nice story. So I hope you enjoyed it and you learn something for it. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please drop me a comment in the comment box and I will be happy to answer it. See you next time.